Hello and welcome to Panama City Bar Talk, number 1, sports bars. My name is Jeff. I've lived in Panama City now for 4 years, retired, and I just didn't want to be sitting around watching porn and drinking all day long, so I figured I had to go outside and meet people in my new city. I've never lived in a big city before, and Panama wasn't a challenge. It was exciting to meet new people, and I found Panama City very, very welcoming. You just enjoy people walking along in the day on the street, but more importantly, I found real happiness in bars. For some reason, I've always enjoyed bars. Well, not for the drinking, just the camaraderie and meeting new people and listening to their stories.
Whatever, Jeff.
Well, shut up. So, in life, you have your story, and you're the main character in your story. The people you meet in your life just kind of add to it. Some people add a sentence, some people add a paragraph, and some people a little bit more. But in the end, those people won't be there at the end of the story. I started this podcast because I met a lot of people that didn't know what to do in Panama. They get here, say they come in on one of the Copa stopovers. They can stay here for 15 days, and they kind of walk around. They don't really know where to go. So, you come as a tourist. Maybe you're thinking of moving here. You just moved here like me, and you're a bit lost until you go into that friendly neighborhood bar, and all you have to do is meet a couple people. They help you. They introduce you to other people. They know a little bit more, and you gather friends and information while you're sitting having a nice drink. Before I start this podcast, my first podcast, I have to mention our sponsor, Abuelo Rum. If you love your grandfather, you should celebrate him enjoying Abuelo Rum with him. Unless he's dead. If he's still alive and maybe he has a nice
grave?
No. What's the thing they give out when they give all your shit away?
Your wife.
No. Jesus, I'm losing it here. All of a
Daughter?
sudden.
Inheritance?
There you go. When they talk about the will. And I think about, you guys remember that Clint Eastwood movie with the car? What was that called?
Oh, yeah, that one.
What was it called?
Michigan somewhere.
Yeah. What was it? What was the movie called?
It was the name of a car, wasn't it?
Torino.
Gran Torino.
You remember in the end, they're reading his will after the Asian gang blows him away, and the greedy little granddaughter standing there waiting for the keys for the Gran Torino, right? But he gives the car to his neighbor, that little Asian kid, because the Asian kid comes over and talks to him. The granddaughter never came over. If she'd come over with a little Abuelo Rum every once in a while, sat down and had a couple pops with her grandfather, she would have gotten the car.
The kid earned it.
Yeah, he did, exactly.
Yeah.
But here's my question. No right or wrong answer. Asian or the young granddaughter? Who smashes the car up first?
Wait.
That was not in the movie.
Well,
No.
I'm just asking hypothetically.
You mean, are we saying based on stereotypes?
How else would you come to that conclusion?
I would say definitely.
The Asian guy was so short. Remember, he had to pull the seat up so close.
Yeah, but
the
you got
steering
Tokyo
wheel's
Drift
right
and
up
shit.
here.
I'm just not buying it. I think
He's sitting on a
crashes
telephone
first.
book to be able to see over the front of the hood. And she's going to do her makeup in the rearview mirror.
Still, you ever seen Indiana Jones?
All right.
You
So
know,
you 50-50
he had blocks
on
on his
who's
feet.
crashing the car? You're saying
Asian kid,
50-50?
I'm saying.
All right. All I know is that first snowstorm, that Gran Torino's upside down in the ditch, no matter who's driving it.
I'd say he wouldn't have crashed it. He had too much
You
respect.
think so? I like the little white pickup, the Ford pickup truck that he had in that thing, too.
Did you know that Uber is now allowing
Asians to
allowing
drive?
you to choose to have a female driver only pick you up, which means that women are so afraid of being harassed by men that they're willing to get into a wreck on the way home.
I think they have a point.
Yeah. All right. Before I introduce these clowns, we have a couple things. The podcast, when you're speaking, if you ever say the word you have to take a little sip of your Abuelo Rum. The other thing is...
Let's say Good roll.
The other thing is, I have to give a shout out to one of our buddies. We have a big group of degenerate gentlemen that Julio. Julio is leaving us. He's going back to the United States, probably permanently. So I wanted to give our raise our glass, guys, to our friend Julio.
And
To
our days
Julio.
down by the schoolyard.
Thank you so
Salute.
much. All right, so now I'm going to introduce the guys. Rick, I know Rick he's in a big group of guys. He originally is from Egypt and then went to Canada.
That's right.
But now, question: if I came up to you and I met you the first time and I said, "Rick, where are you from?" What would you say?
If I don't know you well, I'd say I'm from Canada.
Now, you say that because is that where you spent most of your
That's right.
time? So
That's-
that's what it is. Because you meet so many people down here from other countries, and you look at him, and he's Vietnamese, but he says, "I'm from France," and you're like, "Ooh." But he moved around, but he spent most of his life. So we got Cowboy John. You're from Texas, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much
Most of my life.
the whole way. All right.
Born in Maryland, did a little stint in California, but these were when I was a wee lad.
And then, I'm sorry, Rick, how long you been here?
In Panama?
Yeah.
6 years.
6. I got 4. You got John?
Year and a half living here, set foot about 3.5 years ago, first time.
Dane's a long-termer here.
I guess so. Bringing up 15.
And
Just
you're from
over.
somewhere in Canada, right?
Vancouver, BC.
Vancouver. So I met Dane, and for the longest, I don't know anybody named Dane. I was always calling him Dan or Dave or Ben or something like that.
Dean.
Dean, Dale, Wayne.
Wayne. Until he said,
it's
"Great
been,
Dane."
It's been mispronounced my entire life.
He's
It's
like,
all right.
"Great Dane." Right. Okay. Not
Dane
Great
Cook.
Dane.
Yeah,
Great
or
Dane.
someone
Dane,
from Denmark.
Yeah, Great
Yeah.
Dane. But I grew up with a big Great Dane, huge monster male.
Biggest saps.
And what?
They're the biggest saps.
Well,
It's
he would
true.
like to jump up and put his paws on your shoulder, and the thing weighed over 150 pounds.
Oh, they're big boys. Yeah.
So he's approximately as tall. Like, how tall are you?
6'3".
6'6". He is about exactly your height, but huge penis. I can't believe it. I imagine that's where the similarities end with you,
okay.
right?
I'm not sure. I can't comment on that. Thank you.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about some bars here.
While you're sifting through that, do you remember the first bar you went to, Jeff? When you first got here, as you started this?
Whoa,
What was the name of it?
I moved into San Francisco. I really don't. Maybe Bruto. It's a more of a restaurant.
It is a restaurant. It's more sort of
No,
high-end.
no. It's it was a jazz bar because I lived in San Francisco over
Right.
near Parque Omar.
Yeah.
So and I don't have a car, so I was walking, and I don't remember the first place. I remember I was the sad guy sitting at the bar by myself.
You remember
eating
getting
food.
home?
Well, you call an Uber.
Okay.
It's
All right.
yeah. No, that's not been a problem.
All right.
Although every morning I say exactly the same thing every morning. I got to stop drinking. I say that every single morning. So we're at B Dubs now.
Okay.
Basically,
Moving right along.
American company, actually from my hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's Buffalo Wild Wings. So what can you guys say?
So it is Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well,
Wild
but
Wings.
somebody said that they.
Here's the deal on
Yeah,
how
yeah,
it works.
go ahead.
In the States, it's called Buffalo Wild Wings. Outside the U.S., it's called B-Dubs.
Wow.
That's how it works.
Now there's only one in Panama City, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, all right. What do you like about this place? Who wants to chat first?
On the likes, I
Yeah.
can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can walk in there, get any game, multiple games, decent TVs.
There's enough TVs. Holy smokes!
Yes, there
Let's show
is.
the inside here.
That's true. You could probably
Oh,
have.
there's me pointing at Panama. So there's the inside. You can see all the TVs. Now you can want. Can you go to management there and say, "Hey, I want to see the golf game,
Yes,
or I
you
want to
can.
see
Yeah.
badminton, or
They will do their best to accommodate you.
Yeah.
And try always, like anything, get there a bit early if the game's important. Give them 5 to 15 minutes to find it.
because I know they have all those servers in the back, so they
Mm-hmm.
individuals. But
Any place,
yeah.
try get there early and give them 5 to 15 minutes to find it.
Yeah.
And they will, usually, or do their best.
So I always like to talk about the cost here. I'm reading about the U.S. with inflation. Well, I'm sure Canada's kind of the same thing. What would you say a beer, if you went with a local Balboa beer, what would a Balboa cost at B-Dubs?
I think it's about $3.50, $4.
Yeah, it's around there.
And then if you go to the imported
You're
Coors
looking
or
at five
Miller or
to
something.
$6.50, something like that.
Yeah,
a buck
something.
or two more.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also depends, you're getting a bottle or you're getting a draft beer.
Yeah. Well, what about buckets? When I've been with, you have 4 or 5 guys, you might as well just get 2 buckets instead of buying individual beers. What's a bucket? 6 beers for
This I
$18 or something?
This I don't have offhand. Rick?
Usually it is, usually it's a local beer and it's about $18 for 6.
Okay.
That sounds about right in that neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I did notice about, I mentioned this to Dane, is like when they bring the beers out, they're all closed. All the caps are still on, unless you can ask them to sort of pop them
Depends.
off.
If you're going to be there for 2 or 3 hours, you're going to go through the bucket. It's not a big deal. But if it's going to be like the last bucket, you can ask them not to open them.
And then you
because,
could take
because the buckets themselves, they'll have openers, so you can sort of do it yourself, which is nice. And one cool thing about Panama, you're allowed to leave with your drinks and or your bottle.
well, they do the
right.
roadie. They'll put it in a plastic cup for you.
No, you can. Well, every bar I've left in this town. If you frequent the place, you can leave it there. You can come back in 2 or 3 months; it'll be the same level.
Oh, you mean when you buy a bottle or something?
Yeah, a bottle. And usually, if it's a couple beers left, they'll put in a bag for you, kind of thing.
Take it home. Yeah.
You can take it home.
Yeah, because
So-
you've bought bottles at a couple places, and we've all
I
chipped
did.
in on
I did.
everything.
And La Dorada, they used to make brew whiskey, and I bought a couple of bottles there, and I would leave them, come back and drink them that well. So that was great.
You get the old-fashioned service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is one thing about the alcohol culture in general in Panama. It's not the same like in North America. They kind of have certain rituals around it. Like you said, they can leave the bottles unopened because you like them to be fresh when you open them and drink them whenever you want
you've
to.
had
And then,
enough, and there's 3 left. You guys, hey, I'm done.
and they would come around and they would ask you, would you like them to open for you if you have your bottle open, finished and empty. So they will ask you, do you want me to open it? Or they can leave you the opener like Dane said.
Yeah.
They're usually on the buckets, though, when you're talking beers and buckets of beers.
That's
it's
right.
on this side.
That's right.
And it's a reverse open, guys. You'll always notice when someone does it the first time because they're wearing it, the first half of the beer. I'm not joking. Watch. I'm not joking.
Just pops over.
It's a reverse open.
Now, some of the
Yeah.
bottles down here don't have twist off. I've noticed that
None
in
of them
some
do.
places. Well, I go
Almost
Okay,
none
for
of them do.
Local beer
I just
does not
bought a
have
Miller.
twist off.
Yeah, they have
Okay,
twist off.
Miller.
Miller.
Import,
so any of the local
import.
beers, they
Local beers
gotta
do not have twist off.
No.
use your teeth on it.
Depends on who you're drinking with, but yeah, I still got friends that can do that.
So what about the quality of the food here? We've got Rick. Is this you? Onion rings, right? That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah, I got-
calamari there. What is it?
It's onion rings, and,
Okay.
and it's massive portions. I can tell you that. Whether the onion rings or the wings themselves, I thought if I'm going to Wings Place, I got to order wings.
Sure.
And to be quite honest, they nailed them. The wings were perfect. They're not the massive wings that we're used to in North America, whether U.S. or Canada. They are smaller, but they are tastier in my opinion. And they really make them well done, which I like.
Anybody meet any? I can tell you my story, but did you guys meet anybody here? Make connection? Sports? Anybody? I can tell you my story. I walked in, didn't know anybody, and it was a Sunday. The Vikings were playing somebody or another. I walked in, saw a guy wearing a Vikings jersey with his kid, and I walked up, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out he was an exchange student and went to high school and college in close to where I was living. Then he returned back to Panama, spoke perfect English, worked for Samsung. Cool job, right? And this is, once again, when you talk to people, there's so many amazing people with just jobs that you go, that is just the oddest thing. You don't think, you think, wow, I guess somebody has to sell it or do it or whatever. This guy was a salesman for Samsung, and he sold computer monitors, but his area was like through the Caribbean. So talk about being a cool salesman. I mean, you just jump on a plane and go to Aruba. You jump on a plane and go to, Curacao. You jump on a plane and go to all these like exotic places to sell. But you think it was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Doing something like that. But anybody famous? You guys, I heard that Chris Hemsley guy was in town maybe last year. I don't know if he was looking for movie spots or whatever.
Hemsworth?
Is that it? The Thor guy, Helmsworth.
I think it's Hemsworth.
The Australian guy.
Hemsworth.
Okay, yeah, he was in town.
There's a bunch of famous people that come to Panama, especially in the last 2 years.
There's Rick eating some wings there.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you have the wings and
Yeah, is that same day?
And the onion rings?
For all honesty, I split the onion rings with somebody,
Oh,
with
okay.
our buddy Lenny.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I was gonna say, boy, that's a lot of grease there.
Yeah. Well, you go into a sports bar, for God's sakes. What are you going to eat? Broccoli?
Well,
Yeah,
that's true.
no one's ordering the
The
vegetables.
salads are
Yeah.
salad and the kale salad. So that's pretty much it for your B-dubs.
That was the soccer. I went there when it was a game for the soccer World Cup, which is happening right now. These are folks from, we're cheering on for Croatia.
Croatia. Yeah. Well, not a lot of Is it Croatians in Panama?
There is a bunch
Really?
that lately I met.
There's 4 right
yeah,
there.
There's,
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There's been a
it's
bunch of
start.
Eastern European, coming to Panama lately. Ukrainians. My wife is Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Croatians or Russians. There's a bunch of Eastern European coming to
Yeah.
Panama lately. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's see
I gotta say, this place it's sometimes as slow as this, so if that's what you're going for, you can definitely find those times. But there are times where it's just completely shoulder to shoulder with the Super Bowl. Or,
Well,
and
Sunday, like I said, Sunday you walk in and there, you can say there's the Detroit, there's the Chicago, there's the Eagles. You know exactly who's there. So if you're from someplace, you go there and just look for the jersey and walk up and say, "Hi, I'm from this city," and they'll invite you to sit down with them and watch the game. It's a very, very friendly atmosphere.
And they have just about every channel, right? You could probably look up.
On Sunday, yeah, they got all the games on, every one of them. So, and it's a great place. The guy I was speaking of, the Vikings fan, he does that fantasy football. So he goes and he can watch all the games. He's got it on his phone and everything. He's like, oh shit, I just lost $400. Oh, I just made $700. Kind of thing. So he gets all excited. He's watching one game, but he's got it spread across all the others. So let's see. We're gonna now switch to the next one. Once again, this is Abuelo Rum is our sponsor. So we're chilling outside, drinking our Abuelo. The
I
next
feel like
one,
we have to come up with a commercial of our own.
for-
Abuelo, like the most interesting guy, but we got to do better. We got to blow that shit out of the water.
Those were the best commercials.
They were pretty
They were
hilarious.
awesome. Yeah.
Well,
Whoever did the writing, yeah, well done.
I am
as
your Abuelo.
opposed to that Bud Light one with the transvestite.
Wow. Okay, so we're going from the most interesting man, okay, to Bud Light.
It was like
All
what
right.
oh my God, what a tornado! A
Say
Titanic.
hello and say goodbye to your abuelo because I am dying.
All right, the next one is the Londoner, which I would consider, well, it's like London. It's more European kind of feel. Now, let's talk about getting around Panama City. Because if you live one place and you want to go to a sports bar, I take an Uber. Ubers are a godsend here. Would you guys? I mean, Ubers are like $2-3.
Average 253.
Yeah. So I mean,
No matter where you want to go in the
super
city.
easy. There's no place to park. The traffic.
No place meaning you don't have to park.
Right. You don't have to park. But now, Rick, you have a car.
I do.
Now, you wouldn't drive that to go to the Londoner. would
No,
you?
never. I would never do that. All the nice bars are in tight areas, and you cannot find parking. And plus, the most important thing, I don't want to drink and drive.
True.
So no, I wouldn't do that. I survived here for 5 years without a car. Car here, especially if in the city, it's really a convenience thing. It's
What do you
not
use
a
a car for
necessity.
then? What do you use it for?
Go to the beach, go shopping. If I'm going to another neighborhood like Costa del Este, it's a far neighborhood, or getting somebody from the airport. It's really convenience. And I'm going to the mall on Sunday. That's the kind of thing, really. So it's not a necessity by any stretch of imagination. And I never use it during the week or when I go to bars and restaurants and all that. No.
Just yeah. Now you're also married. You said two are Ukrainian. Is Panama City safe? Or do you feel okay? Like if you were walking around at, I don't want to say night, but say at normal time, 10, 11 o'clock, with your wife, would you feel safe?
I would say it's as safe as any, again, Northern European, North American country, North American city. Sorry.
Easy for you to say.
I know. I mean, I've been to a bunch of cities in the U.S. and Canada, and it's as safe as any of them. Obviously, there are issues. All right. I've said like 6 times, so I gotta down the whole bottle now.
We have to pause to refill this glass.
No, we're
penitent man will
we're
pay.
running it right through.
And it's,
So,
So
all right, let's.
I would say it's as safe as any. There is places that you should avoid, but
Now, how would a person, if they're brand new here, how would they know? Just look for white people. No, I should. We'll look for gringos. I was in Costco once, another area, and I happened to come out of a bar, and I had never gone left outside of this bar. I've always gone right, and so I turned left. You're curious, like, oh, it looks fine. I bet you I walked half a block, and a Panamanian came back out, and he shook his head no, and he pointed his finger to go back to where I was. I don't know. I think he was doing me a huge favor.
I think so.
By saying, you don't want to walk down the street down here. But how would I have known that had the guy not popped out and,
just do some research, ask around. It's very well known where you should go, where you shouldn't go. You can go anywhere, but there are certain areas where you really, it's not like they're gonna kill you, but somebody might mug you,
take your phone.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Petty theft.
I think anybody can kind of imagine. You look for the skinny dogs and the shirtless and shoeless
Right.
kids.
Right. Well, and see, that's one thing. That's why I like.
Everybody's outside at once.
That's right.
Not
Not
even
well
the
lit.
biggest guy.
Darker. Yeah.
It would be nice to have buddies. You go out to a bar with 3, 4, and this is once again why you want to make friends down here, because you all get together and you all leave together. And if you're going to go to the next place, you're less of a target if you're with 2, 3 other 4. Well, we go in a pack. Like
There
10.
is one important thing that I would advise. Don't take yellow taxis in this country.
Absolutely not.
Stick to the Ubers. They're safe. Always. Yellow taxi, you'll never know what you're going to get. And most of the time, you don't get something good.
Well, I noticed those are pretty beat up. The Ubers here tend to be newer vehicles.
Yeah.
They smell good when you get inside. They ride pretty well. But
Tend to be.
Tend to be, right. Yeah. You get the guy.
Unless you got the guy who had beans for breakfast, then that's...
Or you get the guy with really good brakes and no trunk left.
Oh, yeah. Well, that is one thing you do see in Panama. It looks like NASCAR race here, the way they're all bumping into each other. Everybody's got a dent or two. And it's so sad when the car doesn't look like it's 6 months old, and it's got a big, like, somebody side swiped it.
It's already
like,
modified.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
There's 2 kinds of cars here: cars with dents and cars that are going to have dents, and this is true.
That's right.
Yeah. And before we move along here, or before I forget, Londoner and B-dubs are actually 2 places. If you do drive, they have ample parking.
That's true.
That's a good point.
And, Londoner's outside, just to the left. They got a whole surface lot there, and they'll have a guy standing out there just to make sure you're walking into the Londoner. So if it's just one of those afternoons where you're going in for lunch and a beer or whatever,
Yeah.
you can park there, no problem.
For free, though.
For free.
Okay.
Sometimes these guys are going to want a little propina, which is tip or gratuity.
Right.
Give them $1, that makes his day.
That was my first bar.
Yeah.
Really?
First night I got to Panama, yeah.
So you moved into the place because you redid an apartment, right?
I mean, this is like the first
Way
day
back.
I set foot in Panama. Didn't know what I was doing. I came here to learn Spanish. I couldn't even order a cheeseburger and a salad
Yeah.
with my translator. It was
Now I remember the first time I was in Panama City. I came down with my dad. He was thinking about moving to Boquete, so we flew into Panama City, and we went to some place. But the next thing that happened was that my dad's old, so he goes to bed at like 8 o'clock, right? And I'm like, oh, I got to go see the city here, but I don't know anybody. I got on a dating site, like I don't know, if it was Bumble or I don't know.
How many years ago was this?
Oh my God, it's got to be 10 years ago, I suppose, 10 years ago. So whatever was on there, and I was just looking for somebody that knew the town. So finally this gal reached out to me and I said, do you speak English? And I wrote, yeah, I speak English. Oh, that's great. I said, hey, I'd like to take you out for dinner. Maybe you can show me around the city. I'll buy you dinner and buy you some drinks and everything. We went out, I don't know, she ate something, and she took me over to Roberto Duran's bar.
So you're in El Cangrejo.
That's where, okay, yeah, I didn't even know where it was. He wasn't there. I guess he has a radio show down here. So we're talking to the bouncer. So he's like, well, hold on, he'll be here in like 30 minutes. So we hung around the bar, and then Roberto, the boxer, the Panamanian boxer, walks. He doesn't speak a lick of English at all. But boy, he likes taking pictures with people. He stands there, he does that, and he's a short guy. He's maybe like 5'2", 5'3". But he's much older now. Who did he fight that he walked away? Was that Sugar Ray?
All right, so this was, I believe, 1980, Montreal. It was the first fight. I met him a handful of times through local friends who you've met.
Yeah.
So, and just as a pro, his record was 71-1-1. These are pro fights.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well, I know boxing's huge down here. They got that big boxing training
They
area.
built a brand new facility, yes, for the gal who won gold. Or what did she win in the Olympics? Was it silver? Or she won? Did she win it all?
I don't know.
But they've named the arena after her, just at the end of the Santa Costera by the fish market. But for a guy who doesn't have a lot of English, okay, he still has his wit. And a great guy.
Yeah.
And he's not scared to have a drink with you either.
Oh, yeah.
Really good guy.
Yeah.
So I'm referring to Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Londoner, hey, there's Rick. Rick having a drink in the Londoner. What did you told me something about the beer there. It's a English styled pub, but they don't have, what was the beer that you told me?
Guinness.
Guinness. No Guinness.
Panama does not have any Guinness in it. They have the Caribbean canned Guinness, which is nothing like the actual Guinness. It's and I'm a big Guinness fan, so that's I do.
Yeah.
But does that have it where you pop it and then there's like the little gas thing in there?
They don't have that here either. They don't have it on draft. They don't have it in the can, the proper one in the can with the nitrogen thing. They just have a Caribbean version of it. They call it Guinness still, but it's not really the Guinness that we all know.
Do they have like a Kilkenny or anything, or
sometimes if you go to the Scottish bar,
the Wallace?
The Wallace,
that's
you can get that.
Okay,
you can get that.
All right.
So this place, as you can see, the jerseys and everything on the wall would be a. Well, there's there's baseball there too, Nicaragua. But would you say it's more of a football type of a place as opposed to American football? I mean, could you go there?
They play American football here. It is available for kids in sports.
But I mean, will they put it on? It's not only European football. You walk in, they'll have American football on there too.
You would probably have to ask. Every bar you walk into, there's going to be some sort of soccer game. All right, B-dubs would be the exception because of the clientele and the expat crowd.
They had the last time I was there, they had a big screen outside at the Londoner, and they were showing the World Cup. I would imagine that.
Oh,
he's gonna be hammered.
Wow. Take a drink, boy.
Yeah, why don't you just keep the bottle on the table? Then you don't have to reach back.
Hey, I forgot to tell you, whoever passes out first, I got a Sharpie. I'm gonna put a penis right on your face.
Okay, wow.
Penis right.
All right.
Where does the Sharpie come in?
So this is interesting.
No pressure.
When I go here to watch American football, there's so many commercials. I start reading the walls in there. And it's amazing, all the people that have been in there that you can write on the walls with your Sharpie. And, you got hello from Maryland, Mary. Hi, this is Jim from from New Jersey, you know, and then you've got, you know, the Boris and Natasha from Russia, and you've got the guy that says, I enjoy Panama. His name is Maquito. He's from Vietnam. Then there's another guy over there that says,
that's how he pronounces it.
I'm enjoying Panama. His name, he's from Africa. Everywhere you've got all these people that can sign the wall, and it's an opportunity to know all the different people that come to Panama from around the world. Now, Rick, you've eaten at this place. I think I had tabbouleh there, which is really odd for me. You go into this and you're thinking like bangers and mash. You're thinking, you know, shitty.
That's the whole
English
thing
food.
about the Londoner. That's exactly what you would think. You would think you'd have a spotted dick or something like that. But
Exactly.
But it's really, the food is all kind of Mediterranean, Lebanese thing. And so I get the kibbeh.
The what?
The kibbeh?
Yeah, that's the picture we saw in the.
Yeah, I think it's coming
up
up
here.
here.
He's got-
yeah,
he's
we
got a
weren't
picture
sure
of
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
There
Kibbe?
is.
I thought that was those testicles off the bowl that you eat.
Yeah, it might as well be.
Now, Rick, you sent me that picture. Of the,
Yeah.
You know, I go to the grocery store. I've never seen bull testicles sold in any of the grocery stores.
Oh, you're talking about the one that I sent
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah,
The one
yeah.
I bought bull testicles and
What-
I cooked it at home. Yeah.
What store? What store?
Reba Smith. It's one of the most famous supermarket here.
Now, do you just smash them down and then cook them like a hamburger?
They're you know, you gotta peel them, take the skin out, and then you
So
cut
there's no
them, clean
scrotum
them.
or dick that comes along. You gotta buy those separately.
You buy the scrotum separately, and the dick if you want the dick, yeah.
Now, I gotta ask you, is there jizz inside of them, or how do you do that?
I think they are just out when you buy them.
They're empty. So I imagine, you know what I'm thinking is like, you know, you get the bull standing there, he's getting a happy ending, and he shoots and then somebody runs up and cuts his balls off. It's kind of sad.
That's the sad ending.
Well, unless he's a tranny, you know, then they take all the junk off. They give him a silicone udder and send him off with the other cows, right?
If you're really interested, which I think you are,
Well,
I can make them for you.
Uh,
How much were they for two?
$1.50,
So
and they're like
hey,
it's
Rick,
about
Rick, if
they're
you're-
they're
if
about
you're- if
they're
you're
about
that
2
poor,
pounds.
If you're that poor, I'll buy you a steak, Rick. Now, is that like?
It's a
Did your
delicacy.
mom-
It's a
Did your mom-
delicacy.
Did your mom?
No,
make you eat
actually,
it, or-
that never. No, my mom never made that. But it is a delicacy, and if you're,
Now, does your wife's from Ukraine? Is that?
yeah,
she's like,
she would never touch that
Oh,
stuff.
I was going.
She,
yeah.
she would never. But in a lot of areas in the world, these are delicacies, and then they make them a certain way, and then they marinate them and they cook them, and
It's like a shish kebab. You just drive a steak.
that
right through
you
them,
can do that. You can do that, or you
and
can
you,
just
like,
fry
eat
them.
right off of the.
Yeah, or
Oh.
you can just fry them, or you can saute them, or there's any way they can be done.
Do you cut them before you do that, or you just throw the whole thing in?
Yeah, I cut them. Now, usually they cut them.
All right. Okay.
I promise
Enough
you,
of that.
when
Well, we've got our show opener.
a bull testicle.
Yeah, right. It's like Fear. Remember that show Fear Factor?
I
They
do.
Eat gross shit.
Yeah,
I
it
I
was like
turned
the
that off.
second phase of the episode.
Joe Rogan was on that.
He
that his
was.
show.
They do have, for those who do have a UK palate, you can get a shepherd's pie in there.
Okay.
There's curry dishes as well. So
I was surprised
but
at how
it's-
small the kitchen is for all the different types of food that they can make in there with such a small kitchen. So we got a couple more pictures there. Nope. We're switching out once again. We got the Buelo. They make the dark and the light. So this is the last place. Dane, you're the one that invited me to this place to watch. Yeah, I thought you said. For some reason, you said Canada, and I thought hockey. And I walked in, and it was all the TVs were set on European football.
yeah, I think this was the Arsenal final match game.
So it was supposed to be football because the place.
No, we were there for the football meaning soccer.
Correct. Well,
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the Arsenal. I can't remember who we played. We didn't win, but it was full packed.
it was. Look at. I mean,
Yes.
And,
And this is very much a local bar. Only time you're going to see an expat crowd there is for like a big draw. like an Arsenal game, like we were there.
Yeah.
When I was there, not 2 World Cups ago, we sat inside. This was the final, Argentina somebody, but the ex-president was in there.
Really?
Believe it or not, Martinelli. Yeah, he had a big table of 10.
That must have been a while back.
So this would have been 2018.
Oh, okay.
Is that
All
right?
right, yeah.
Would that is that right on the years? What are we, 2026?
Yeah, just around that.
So 22 and then -4. Yeah, I think 2018, something like that.
It must have been his last year or just a year after he left or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a place.
I got to jump back. I got the balls on my brain here. So, were you the one who said that you ate cow vagina, or was that one of the other guys?
No, that was one of the other guys.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
I know in China they eat cow vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking like an
China-
Arby's drive-through.
China vagina?
China vagina.
Yeah. No, I thought it was you. I'm sorry.
No.
Learning a lot tonight, gents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're inside. Buckets of beer here are probably less than going to B-Dubs.
For a lot less, for local beer, I think $8.50.
For 6.
Gets you 6.
So if you were living on less money, if you go Panamanian, you'd save what, 25-30% as opposed to going to the B-Dubs or the Hooters or those kind of places. So pretty much Panamanians are little.
We're gonna be. It's all locals except for us when we go.
Okay.
All right, you go there Monday to Friday. The lunch special is $5.
Yeah.
And it's chicken, rice. You'll get a side salad. You'll also get lentils or beans to accompany that. If you spend $20 there, it's a good afternoon.
With beer and food.
Yes, no, or if you want to go halfers with a bottle of rum, abuelo, whatever you like.
Yeah.
Very, very affordable. Every 8 to 12 minutes, these girls are coming over and cleaning your table. It is the best service.
Yeah. They
Okay.
were really. I mean.
Very seldom do you have to put your hand up there for another round.
Right. That is another thing interesting that I found.
It is the
in
best
Panama.
service of these 3 bars tonight by far.
Because I mean, I've sat with an empty glass and nobody even comes up.
No, and you can be at a nice place and
Yeah.
you're putting your hand up.
Got it.
They'll just stare at you. Even though it's been 20 minutes plus to pull plates off table 16, wherever you're sitting, you got to put your hand up.
Yeah. Yeah. And then get your bill too, right? Isn't that the way
It's
in Panama?
almost it just depends, but it's funny, you go to the smaller places where the locals are at, such as La Marina, and it's never an issue. They are on you.
Cool.
These servers typically are going to be from Colombia, Venezuela,
Yeah.
where they really understand
Their
the
service.
power of, and which includes their gratuity. They get it.
Then these are the guys. Guy with the American. That's your buddy.
That's my friend. He's from the Netherlands.
With the American flag on.
No, that's my local friend.
Oh, okay.
He's a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
All the Panamanians are Yankee fans. 90%, because of Mariano Rivera, the closer.
Gotcha.
10% are Red Sox fans because Rivera, basically, even being from here, he, with all his fame, his success, he really didn't do too much for the country or ever come back.
Right.
So the 10% who really didn't appreciate or like that are all Red Sox nation.
Oh, hey, look at that. There's one more pic. Who's that funny looking guy? That's me with my girl and a bunch of her friends at B-Dubs.
All right, whatever you say. So the problem with the world is that everyone is a few drinks behind. So I just think because there's Humphrey Bogart. So in the end, we have this podcast. In the future, we're going to be doing other podcasts. I want to cover Panama City, the rooftop bars. They tend to be more, I don't want to say youthful, more energy. You know, it's not about watching sports. It's about
It's a
mingling.
completely different vibe and setting.
The vibe.
Yeah.
So
There is a lot to be said about the whole bar scene in Panama City. We're just scratching the surface.
yeah. Well, I hope that this podcast can keep going. So then the third, so we're going sports bar, then we're going rooftop bar, and then I want to go for more of the distinguished type place, a place, a fancier place.
Speakeasies.
Where you could go get, what's the smoking drink? They use the smoke you know, they put it in a little container and put the smoke on it.
There's a few of those. There's
Yeah.
not only one.
Some great martini places down here. I mean, you've been to some high-end joint. You know, on the high end, though, you look at it, if you go to a normal bar, let's just take Mojito, right? It's going to be $10, anywhere from like $8 to $12. Would you say?
Depending on where you're going.
But I mean,
if
you
you're
go
going to a
higher
high end,
end,
yeah,
if you
you
go
can
high
pay
end.
up to 14,
14.
even over 14 for a good drink.
That's right.
But these speakeasies, you know, the ice you get in these glasses, it's going to last you 4 days.
Oh, I mean, because of that big
You
cube
get the
and
big, you
everything.
get the big cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're good drinks.
Yeah.
they are.
So, anything else you guys want to talk about before we say goodbye on our first one? So, been really fun. I'm happy you guys could be part of this journey.
Thanks for having us, Jeff.
Whatever. And yeah, so everybody out there listening, have an evening.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, guys.
So, hey guys, I've been constipated for the last couple of days, just worrying about this thing. So, give me a minute, and then I know you guys talk. Tell me what you think could be better, and then I will. I'll be back in 5. If you guys
Sure,
want, hey,
no
we'll
problem.
go get a cocktail or something. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
I have a
Fuck
few
you.
pointers, yeah.
It's got a private bathroom. He's been making us use the. Just kidding.
It's treating the place like it's its own house.
That's the only one I know. What's that? Sorry.
It's treating the place like it's its own house.
Yes,
I
he
know.
said,
What the fuck? Yeah.
So you're from Vancouver?
Yes. Born and raised. Lived there my whole life until I moved here in 2011.
I go to Vancouver every year. I'm going in September.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just miss you.
I'll
I'll
be-
be up there, well, basically the 1st to the 31st of August.
Yeah,
So,
I'll be there in the whole of the second week
okay.
Yeah,
Of September?
of September.
Okay, and that's probably going to be weather-wise better because it'll cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So, where do you stay when you're there?
Uh,
do you like to go?
either a hotel or I go downtown somewhere.
Okay.
I usually stay in the what's that district?
Yaletown,
There is the
Cole Harbor, Yaletown,
no, what's it called? Just north of that, or like
West End.
I guess you really do get to know a lot about a place in 15 years. I mean, you would.
It's
seem-
just
you
yeah,
seem
it's
pretty-
gonna happen.
pretty
Yeah,
at home.
it's gonna happen. Yeah. But we all got here for different reasons, different walks of life. All this stuff.
That seems to be pretty true.
But unlike Jeff, he's got a lot more bull testicles than I do. I wouldn't just kind of walk in a bar and sit down and kind of yeah. Usually it's
That's the only thing some of us know when we get here. You got to just go out and
hit a
start
bar.
walking.
Yeah, and yeah.
I used to get asked by somebody maybe once every other day because it was pretty fucking obvious that I was walking around alone. I didn't
Okay.
have anybody. I didn't know a soul. Didn't know
Where
anybody.
Where were you living at the time?
I was actually staying 10 apartments below the apartment that I bought. I was staying
Okay.
in an Airbnb.
Okay.
But it was like my first weekend was, or my first weekend here. I was here
Okay.
for like 5 weeks
Yeah.
when I first came here to learn Spanish. And it was Carnaval.
Oh, wow.
So
okay,
like, that was
so
my
shit
first experience of
everywhere.
Panama, and people were like, "Estás solo?"
Yeah.
And so I had to come up with a phrase.
Yeah.
And I couldn't speak shit for Spanish, so I worked over and over and over on one sentence that I could like sound like I could hold my own, so I didn't get mugged or anything.
I'd love to hear the sentence.
Nunca estás solo cuando haces amigos donde quiera que vayas, eh?
A little bit slower, but you're never alone when you're with friends. What was the last
When you
part?
make friends everywhere you go.
Okay, good for you. That's nice.
Got a laugh,
Yeah.
and they left me
No,
alone.
that's gonna put a smile to someone's face. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like what you have to do. Go big or go home. Shit or get off the pot.
This is it.
I think it's Cole Harbor.
Cole Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right by Stanley Park. Yeah. So you stayed at the Bay Shore.
I stay. I pick whatever financially makes sense. It's
Everything's lightning expensive there,
It
man.
is fucked up.
No, I know.
It's
I
fucked
know.
up.
That's
And every year is more expensive than the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, and
So-
it is. No,
Yeah.
it's lightning.
Yeah.
Like,
So I used to stay in hotels for the first few years. I went there,
Sure,
which is
of course.
and then they're reasonable. Like I don't know, maybe $200-300 a night.
right. Plus taxes,
Plus
right?
tax
There's
or what-
another 22,
Yeah.
24%,
So-
whatever.
so
by the time
exactly.
You pay everything.
So
Yeah.
now that's not the case. Now they are like $400 or $500
Yeah,
a
they
night.
are. And,
So-
What's that come
Airbnb
to? Like 9-10 grand a month?
Do what?
Does that come to like 9-10 grand a month
To do what?
for a hotel stay?
For a hotel stay to a whole month?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never stayed a whole month.
Oh.
Yeah, I would
That's
say
So
like maximum 1 week.
Airbnb's a better option.
So
if you can
Airbnb,
get
I've
it,
been
yeah.
doing that for the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smarter.
Yeah. And there are good places and good spots, and I,
You've been there enough times, so you know where. the
I know
area
exactly
you
where to
like
go. I
stay.
know
Yeah.
where I want to eat. I know where I go, drink, whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm good, very familiar with the area.
Okay,
So yeah,
nice.
yeah.
The one time I got messed with by an Uber driver.
In
So
Vancouver.
I feel the same way that you feel about the yellow cab drivers. But the one time I got messed with from an Uber driver was when I was staying in a hotel.
This is
Here.
here?
Yeah, this was here. I was visiting my girlfriend at the time, and I just wanted to try something different. So instead of getting an Airbnb from the place I usually stay, I got a hotel, and we left a movie at like midnight.
Okay,
Something
so
like
you got
that.
the late show or
12:30.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and this guy was like, I've had my days of reckoning with some oil boys, so some guys bigger than me,
Mhm.
to say the least.
You worked in the oil
Arms as
patch
big as my
back in
legs.
the day?
No, but I'm just from Texas, and
Okay.
neighbor two houses down.
Blue collar kind of, yeah. Yeah, gotcha.
like a good old boy.
So big boys.
But they're
Yeah,
big in
Yeah,
in one way,
yeah.
which you can at least try
Mhm.
and do your best there. This driver was big in a completely different way. He was big in like the makawiwo ole, the ukulele Hawaiian guy.
Don Ho.
About this
Oh, the big
around.
guy.
Don Ho.
No,
That's his
Only
name?
Hawaiian. Don
Yeah,
Ho
yeah.
is the big famous Hawaiian. I mean,
Yeah, but he wasn't the ukulele.
Is he?
player,
Is
no.
he?
One
He-
time
there's-
over
he's
the
a-
rainbow.
Tiny Bubbles, man.
It's
What
the
was
guy
he?
that he was singing someday.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere around the rainbow.
He goes by Izzy. But it's Izzy
Oh, okay.
Kamakawiwo Ole.
Maybe I'm going way too
But
back.
this guy was just so big
Oh,
that way
yeah.
that you could
5'6".
probably wail on him and he wouldn't feel anything. And you could run and chop. You could not
But
do it.
he's in. This is his car. It's an
He's an Uber driver.
Everything's being recorded. And
Yeah,
registered.
we see this
And
his
you
little
just wanna
apple
get
up
one.
here, and he's talking to his friends, and they said, like on the screen, it said, "Get ready, el día del robos."
Seriously?
And we were going from
Did he steal
from
this car?
Multiplaza. We were going from Multiplaza
Yeah.
to
Should be
Crown,
7
which was like down Balboa
7
and
minutes.
up Frederico
4
Boyd.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, he took us through a barrio, and it was like way around, and I was like, my girlfriend's Panamanian.
Yeah.
At the time's Panamanian.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking as best in Spanish as I could. Like,
Yeah.
why the fuck are you taking us this way, man? He's like, because of traffic. And I'm like, it's
No
12:30
tra-
at
yeah,
night.
yeah.
There's nobody on Balboa. What the? And so
Wow.
we started like yelling at him. He's like, stop yelling at me. You make me nervous. He finally got back on track and took us home. But who fucking
Wow.
knows, dude? Maybe if we
No.
didn't speak English or
I've
I mean
had,
Spanish.
Yeah, when I moved here, there was no Uber guys, and
Ah.
I had 3 incidents getting home where it was almost like, yeah, this is gonna get like real nasty, and it's because back in the day, anywhere in the city, it was $1.50. All right. So the rule of thumb was, if a taxi pulls up, if there's like the driver and then like a buddy of his in the front seat, you don't get in that, even if it's 11 o'clock in the morning. You just wave them off.
Because you're gonna rock
Well,
it.
I mean, what are they doing driving around? Whatever. I guess it's his buddy keeping company, but never at night, of course. Okay.
Maybe we want a Snickers bar?
I would always have
No, thank you.
change ahead of time, because anytime you'd ask them for change, they don't have it, even though they've been driving around for 12 hours. Okay, so give them 2 singles.
Is that code
thanks
for
a
any
lot,
bull
shut
parts?
the door. All right, now at night,